So today I'm trying the Purito Daily Soft Touch Sunscreen. This is the SPF 50 and PA4 pluses. Okay, so this is not my first time trying this. I really like this sunscreen. If you have normal to dry skin, it is very nice on your skin. So don't be confused, there are two versions of this. There's one that is sold in the US and this one it is sold pretty much everywhere else. So you guys probably know the reason why. And of course, this version is not the US version. This sunscreen is very nice. It is very moisturizing. It reminds me of one of those high-end moisturizers. Now, if you remember, probably 2 or 3 years ago, Purito ran into the issue where their SPF, the independent testing of the SPF did not meet what required or what they claim on the bottle, and they pull out all of their sunscreen. So it's probably been like a few years now that they released this sunscreen earlier this year. So that was really unfortunate because I think that issue could probably happen to any manufacturer, sunscreen manufacturers. And the reason for that is because in manufacturing of sunscreen, it is extremely nuanced. Like for example, if your formula is already perfect, if you have the working formula and you have to continue to make the same formula for, I don't know, like thousands of bottles, of course, there's some variation in that process. The control of the raw material is not easy. Like one quick example, if you have to cook a dish twice and each time you literally like switch out the ingredients even though it's the same sugar, but you can get, you know, like different strength or different sweetness of sugar, so that can definitely change the taste of the dish. And similarly to sunscreen, if you don't control the raw material, the SPF of your sunscreen can be very different than what it was in the formula when you test it. Another point is, just imagine a lot of the sunscreen that we buy, like sunscreen that not from the US, that is not manufactured in the US, a lot of the time they probably sit in the containers, you know, in one of those like shipping boats for months. And a lot of the time the temperature is probably over 100 degrees. So that alone, I think that probably already tests the sunscreen to its limits. So now the manufacturer does say that it is a 10-hour long lasting sunscreen. I wouldn't put my money on it. So if you already have a habit of reapplying your sunscreen, definitely continue. But for me, because I have oily skin, so I'm not going to reapply. So this is the only layer that I have throughout the day. And it's not like I'm gonna be in the sun 24/7 anyway. So this sunscreen does have that typical sunscreen look to it. It feels really nice. I think it's gonna look really good under makeup.